All right, so I was tagged in a post on Facebook today. I thought it would make for a great video topic. The original post is from Jordan Pierce, and he says that HCU is a real thing, and SEOs are flat out ignoring it. While laughing, I was tagged down here by Joshua Earp, and he said, tell this to Greg Morrison. He's ranking sites with very bad content on purpose to show that Google doesn't really give a shit. And then, of course, Jordan came back and said that's because it's not about the actual content, and it's an addition to the overall algorithm, not a separate thing. But the problem is, not only do I have bad content, but I also have very bad user experience. So I get what he's saying, but my site also has bad user experience on top of bad content. And then Devin says, short-term rankings. Believe it's mostly based in user experience and click data. Shitty UX will eventually tank the website. The problem is I've had these websites ranking for over 5 years, and you can't tell me they're not high competition because some of them are things like Nashville SEO, which is above ranking in the maps right now. And then Isa said that short-term gains, the question is sustainability. Again, very sustainable because I know I've done the test and I've had long testing data. Now up here, I kind of tagged them and said all these things that, it was long-term. And Devin came back and said that he can give me a list of 10,000 websites that were with Mediavine. They all crashed. They have an overwhelming amount of ads and all that. And I won't read all of this. And he said that major news outlets, you can spam ads, no problem. There's a couple things here. All right. So you can't base user experience off these 10,000 websites that all crashed that were on Mediavine. You could just have that to do with just being on Mediavine, having a whole bunch of ads. That doesn't necessarily, just because you have a bunch of ads doesn't mean you have bad user experience. There could also be an ad limit based on the amount of authority you have for your website. And I'm just giving one example. There could have been 10,000 different things that happened to these 10,000 websites. The problem is they're not doing secluded testing, right? You don't know what they're doing on the back end because you're a third party. When it comes to my sites, I know what I'm doing on the back end. And that's why I'm very reliant on my own testing data, because I know that I'm doing everything else right and then just purposely putting up bad content and also bad user experience and a horrible, ugly website, nowhere to click, nowhere to go, nowhere to contact. People come and they leave right away. Horrible user experience. On top of that, horrible content. Two things that the SEO community really harps on, says are super important. I do these tests on purpose, not to prove I'm right or anything like that, just to see, will it continue working? If these sites drop off, maybe I need to change my views on things, right? I do these tests for my own data because I know that people put out things like Google specifically puts out things like the helpful content update to distract you. That's what I believe. Yes, there may be some little things in there that are true, but typically doing this, 20 years now, what Google does is they put out things that are like partial truths, right? There's little areas of what they release that are true, and the rest of it is complete bullshit. Now, let's go take a look at some of my sites that I'm talking about. And let's talk more about how SEO works and why I think that user experience is greatly overblown. Do I think it matters? Maybe a little bit, but not nearly as much as everyone thinks it does. And I kind of looked up some stuff here just so you know exactly what the helpful content update is and some other stuff. So, for example, right here, he's saying that the helpful content update, or Google has always prioritized the quality of content when it comes to a website ranking, but the update improves on this, an effort to ensure that users can immediately find helpful and high quality content. We all know that's not true, right? Every update, we see crappy sites getting the top of the search results, and AI content will outrank regular content. It's crap. That's crap. The helpful content update gives more emphasis on a visitor satisfying website experience. And then he has kind of tips here, and basically for the helpful content update, you want to write for your audience, be straightforward and provide answers, review overall website content, stay on topic, provide for a outstanding experience, do not mix up different topics, and then cover the overall user experience. So look, Google wants great content in their search results, obviously. So, of course, they're going to release something like this that encourages you to do so, right? Hey, if you just do this stuff, you're going to rank. No, it does not come down to that. It mainly comes down to domain authority and then having the right keywords in the right places, which is basic on-page SEO, right? It comes down to your links and your content. That's like 90% of SEO. The rest of it is small potatoes. User experience, small potatoes. The other thing is that Google goes off things that an algorithm can detect on a large scale, okay? When it comes to user experience, do you really think they're taking the resources to go and analyze each site's user experience individually to see if that website meets the bill or not? Absolutely not. They're doing large-scale analysis. Now, they might analyze the whole first page, and if they notice, low clicks on spot number 7 that's way lower than normal, will they drop it down? Yeah, I would agree they'd probably do stuff like that. But to think that they individually go in and pay attention closely to each site's user experience, in my mind, I don't think they would ever use the resources to do that. And there's a lot of testing data I have behind this based off other things that have happened in the past. Like, for example, people tell me all the time that your PBNs, your private blog network sites, need to look good, or someone's going to manually come and penalize them because they can tell it's a PBN. I've been doing PBNs for 13 years. I can tell you I've never gotten a penalty based off the looks of my site. Any penalty I've gotten to a PBN, I've been able to track algorithmically. Google wants to be able to control their search results algorithmically on a large scale. If they have to go granular and analyze all these little things individually for each site, that's so much resources for them that they don't want to spend. And I think that's one of the reasons that user experience is not nearly as big as everyone thinks it is. I think they monitor certain things where they can monitor it on a larger scale for user experience, but I don't necessarily think they're coming in and analyzing each site individually. Maybe when it hits the first page, they're like amping it up a little bit. I don't know exactly how it works. I can just tell you from my testing data, I personally don't think that user experience is nearly as big as everyone thinks it is. With that said, why have bad user experience, right? You want to have good user experience. If you have a website that you care about, you're going to want to have good user experience so you can convert people, right? You want people to like your content, but don't think that just because you have user experience that you're going to rank when it comes to SEO. That matters extremely small in my opinion, all right? It's just something that you naturally want to do to really convert people. If it helps your SEO a little bit, great, but thinking that you're going to go by this crap that Google puts out and go rank because you have helpful content is complete bullshit. Now, yeah, for people like SEO Moz and all these big companies, can they do this type of stuff and follow the helpful content update and rank? Yeah, because they have high authority, right? They already have their base of SEO. They already have the important stuff. They have all the authority, which is the hard part, the linking, and then they get their basic on-page SEO right, which is getting the right keywords in the right places. So my view is this stuff is mainly crap. And I have some really good friends that are oppose me on this, which is fine because I go by my own testing data and I'm confident in my data. And then, you go Google, like, does user experience affect SEO? Yes, user experience significantly affects SEO. So let's go do some searches, right? Let's go do some searches for some of my sites. So let's start with Landenberg SEO. And you go do this, and my sites are all on the first page. Like the whole first page is me pretty much. Let's go to site number 2, LandenbergSEOfucker.com. Now, I did this website because I wanted to have the F word in the domain name to see if Google would allow me to rank. And then also, I wanted to do it because I wanted to just put up a crappy site. And look at this user experience, right? So completely crap, nothing to do, horrible content, badly formatted. It's actually not even, I don't think this theme is even installed correctly, yet it's number 2. And then I've done this before, and people are like, well, that's because it's not a competitive term. It's super easy to rank for that. All right, so let's go to another one. Let's go to Delaware SEO. Okay, now this gets actual searches. If you look up in the search bar up here, it gets 170 searches a month. People are paying up to $3 per click. My site's number 1 here. I'm also, by the way, number 4 and number 6. Right, so I have 3 spots on the first page, all test sites with crappy content. You go to this site here, horrible content and horrible user experience, okay? Look at this content, absolutely horrible. Not formatted, nothing, broken image, no contact information. People are coming to the site and they're leaving right away. Horrible user experience. On top of that, horrible content. And this is for a term that gets a good amount of searches. It's been number 1 for quite a long time. This has been number 1 for like over 5 years. So that kind of shoots down the argument that user experience is extremely significant for SEO. Or if you don't have good user experience, you're going to tank, right? Google's going to see that people are leaving your site right away, and then you're going to drop in rankings. That's not true. I can tell you with the data, okay? Let's go to an even more competitive. Let's go to Nashville SEO. So this site also ranks number 1. Not only number 1, but it's actually above the map listings. And this site's been here probably for like 7 or 8 years. You come here and I tell Google what I'm doing, right? Hey, I'm the owner, blah, blah, blah. This content on this page is horrible. I have no images. I have thin content. I have no address. The rest of this content is going to be some bullshit. I have no real Nashville SEO agency. I'm just putting keywords in the right places to be number 1 in Google. Case study number 2, quality content is not a ranking factor, dummies. Stop listening to Google. The rest of this content will just be crap to get more words on the page. And then I go on to do some AI content stuff. Now, this does have some contact information, but other than that, there's no images. This content sucks. Low user experience. People are coming here and leaving. So that's another case where user experience is not as important as you think it is. With that said, like with all this added up, am I telling you to have bad user experience? Absolutely not, right? This is just to kind of prove that when it comes to stuff like the helpful content update and what, like all these updates Google puts out and what Google wants to be spread, usually there's small bits of truth in it. Okay, there's small bits of truth and the rest is bullshit. I actually had to look up what the helpful content update was, and I don't care about admitting that because I don't track these updates. I don't track what Google is looking for with this update. They're not going to put out exactly what they're looking for. They're going to put out what they want people to think they're looking for. So that's why with the helpful content update, of course, I've heard of it. I know what it is, but I had no idea exactly what it targeted until I looked it up and did some research because I don't care what these updates say they're targeting. I go by my data and I track what my data targets and what my data shows me, not what Google tells me that they're putting out to have people to have a narrative for people to follow. All right, so be very, very careful with this type of stuff. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a very long time successfully. I typically, when I want to rank for something, I will rank for it. And the reason is I keep to the basics, right? I have my SEO fundamentals I follow. If you want to learn those, you can go to gregmorsonmedia.com. I just put up some courses there, super cheap. My previous products I priced in up to, I'd masterminds $30,000. I had products in the $8,000 range. These are in the hundreds, right? Like very, very cheap products because I went out on my own and now I can push down that price a good bit and just let people, get in for a much cheaper price. But I teach that in my SEO fundamentals course and I show you exactly why all these things are true. And look, let's go do some searches really quick. I just want to show you something. So let's go do like Dallas Locksmith, all right? So this is going to show you like it comes down to the fundamentals of SEO, which is getting your own page right and then having the authority to back it up with your backlinks. And of course, you want the relevant backlinks and all that type of stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's really about authority and basic on-page SEO. So let's look at the first page results for this. Look, what's the name of this domain? DallasLocksmith.com. Exact match domain, right? They had the right keywords in the right places. Then they have the authority behind it. They got 67 referring domains. What's number 2? Oh, AJ's Locksmith. Locksmith in the domain name, right? Let's go to number 3. A1 Locksmith. Dallas area Locksmith. Dallas and Locksmith. Dallas affordable locksmiths. All these sites just have keywords in the domain, right? It's not complicated. SEO is not complicated. It's about doing little things correct. You got Papa Lock, right? And Papa Lock's a big company, a lot of authority. Then you got Yelp, just a big authority site. Then you have TX, Premier Locksmith. Texas, of course, is where Dallas is. Best Locksmith, TX. Again, Locksmith, TX. Keywords in domains, right? Let's go look for another city. Let's go do like New York City. That's a big city. New York City Locksmith. I bet you we see something very similar. Not surprising, right? Let's go down here. Look, Mr. Locks. The NYC Locksmith.com with dashes in there. EMD, right? Not surprising at all. Look, Locksmith for NYC. NYC Locksmith. Paragon Security NY. So they got NY in there, but not Locksmith. You got Yelp authority site. Greenwich Locksmiths. Flying Locksmiths. NY Key. Key has to do with Locksmith, obviously. Speedy Lock and Door. So, look, when you see stuff about these updates and what Google is targeting, and you got to do this now if you don't have great content, if people are leaving your site right, you got to ignore the noise, okay? It's common sense to have good content and good user experience, all right? Just common sense. If you have a site you care about, you're going to have those things. When it comes down to it, do I think it matters that much? No, because I see it in my data. But I always want to have good user experience and good content so I can convert people, right? I don't want people to come to my site and leave. I do SEO so people come there and stay. So why are we even talking about this? Like, why is this such even like a big topic? Like, people going back and forth about how important it is. Who cares, right? Do the basics right. Do your on-page right, and then do your backlinking right? Get all the basics right. Then from there, just have a good website, have good content, have good user experience. Why wouldn't you? But the argument that it helps so much for SEO and you need to really focus on that, in my opinion, is complete bullshit. And I say that because of what's in my data. So I thought this was a cool topic for today, as far as the user experience and the helpful content update, and really any update that Google puts out. What's funny, I've been doing this 20 years and I barely know what these updates are about. And SEOs laugh at me because of that, and I'm like, whatever. Like, let's have a rank off and let's see who ranks better. You follow what these updates say and you go by the book. I'm going to go off my data and let's see who ranks better, right? Let's put it to the test. When it comes down to it, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that my main thing is just focusing on the basics, right? Get your on-page right, and I cover all that in my SEO fundamentals. Get your backlinking right, which is going to be coming with my intermediate to advanced class. Get all that stuff right, and then all this other stuff that people talk about is really just noise. 95% is all about those basics. And just with these search results we just saw, you see that in it, right? What are all these people doing right? That really, they're doing their own page very aggressively. They have the most important keywords in the most important place, which is the domain name. When you have a keyword in your domain name, it does a lot for you, especially as you get more links. As you get more links, it amplifies your power. And I go over that, of course, in that fundamental scores, why that happens. All right, but I think this video is long enough. We are 16 minutes in, way longer than I expected or planned to. But give me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Is user experience really that important? What do you see? What do you think about these updates? And what do you listen to? And I would like to hear your opinion. Remember, this is just all this stuff in this video is just my opinion, and it's based off my own data. I'm not telling people to go change things up. I just want to show you what's in my data, and then you can make a decision for yourself on which way you want to go, on how you want to approach SEO. For me, keeping it simple has worked extremely well. Just keep it simple, ignore the noise. I don't even pay attention to the updates. Yes, I know when they're coming out because they're announced, and I got to track it for clients and stuff. But as far as like knowing what specific updates target, I have no idea usually. I have no idea. I had to look up what the helpful content update was. I know it's about content, obviously, and having good content, but I didn't know specifically what people thought that it targeted because I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me because I focus on the basics. I just try to have good content and good user experience on my sites that matter, and then from there, I do okay. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below. Let me know if you have any comments to add, and I'll talk to you soon.